Much of southeast Australia, including both Melbourne and Sydney, which will swelter through a heatwave this weekend, with some areas tipping 40 degrees.
Senior meteorologist Miriam Bradbury joins us now from the Weather Bureau headquarters in Melbourne. Miriam, great to have you with us this morning. Very hot temperatures in parts of the country this weekend. Let's start in Victoria. What conditions are we expecting there?
Yeah, well, very hot temperatures is the first one, but elevated fire dangers is also a huge focus this weekend, especially in light of that ongoing fire complex in the Grampians. We do have extreme fire dangers on the forecast for the Wimmera today, becoming more extensive across a couple of other districts of Victoria tomorrow, including the Central District, which is where Melbourne is. We are going to see fairly dry conditions as well, which really help to intensify those fire dangers, as well as some breezy, windy conditions. Now, it's not going to be as windy as some of these other summer fronts that sometimes drive those fire dangers up, but certainly enough that it's another day we need to be prepared for. So hot, a little bit windy, and certainly no relief for a couple of days.
What about in New South Wales? Hot conditions there as well?
Yeah, especially inland, we're going to see the temperatures soaring to the high 30s to low 40s across this weekend. It'll be a little bit milder along the coast, with tomorrow being the hotter day. Sydney expected to get to 33 degrees, but some of those western suburbs of Sydney could see 39, possibly even 40 degrees there. In terms of the fire dangers for New South Wales, generally high fire dangers in the south, becoming a little bit more extensive tomorrow with the Central Coast District at high fire dangers as well. So at this point, we're not anticipating fire weather warnings for New South Wales. However, as that front gets closer, the front that's driving these high fire conditions, we may see that forecast change. So the reminder is just to check the forecasts across the weekend.
And elsewhere in the country, particularly Canberra, Tasmania, South Australia in particular as well, hot conditions there too.
Yeah, that's right. All of those states across the southeast are I guess encompassed by this area of low to locally severe intensity heat waves. Now, what that's telling us is that we're not just seeing the hot days for places like Tasmania, South Australia, of course Victoria, New South Wales, as we've already discussed, but the warm nights as well. And that's when the body really struggles to recover from that heat. That's what triggers the heat wave conditions. The hottest temperatures, though, will be along the south coast, highest above average, I should say, through southern South Australia and southern Victoria in particular. It'll be really spiking those temperatures.
And speaking of averages, how far above averages are these temperatures that we're seeing?
Yeah, look, widespread, we're going to see the temperatures 8 to 12 degrees above average, but particularly tomorrow across parts of southern Victoria, some of those locations in the south could see temperatures 12, even 14 degrees above the January average. So that's incredibly warm for this time of year. That's really pushing into the high 30s, if not low 40s.
So when are we expecting to see conditions ease off then?
Well, we're expecting a weak wind change to move through Saturday night. It's not really going to cool things down, but it does mean we may see a few dry thunderstorms on Sunday as well. The more significant wind change that's driving this heat across the southeast is not due until Sunday night, going into Monday morning for South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania. Unfortunately, New South Wales is in for another hot day on Monday. The front really doesn't sweep across the east coast until later on Monday going into Tuesday. So it will be a hot weekend, a hot Monday as well for the East Coast, and we just need to prepare ourselves for it.